What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We got another episode. No pad, no pencil. I got my OG with me. I got my, well, basically, he my NFL source. I got my man, Big O. Big O, introduce yourself and give everybody your background, man.
What up? What up? My name Big O. Amari Jordan. Played 5 years in NFL, Baltimore Ravens, Buffalo Bills, Carolina Panthers. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm just out here acting for these kids, teaching these young men how to play the game and stuff like that the right way, carrying themselves on and off the field.
Hey, no. Yo, give him the nitty gritty. How many kids you put in the NCAA, man? How many,
Man,
put up in college, man?
I done put a laundry list of kids in the NCAA. I lost count. You know what I'm saying? From Division I all the way down to JUCO. All of them went to school for free. I mean, I got about a handful that went to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's on their own ability. I just showed them jokers what a water well was. They showed me that they would show me they was willing to drink. You know what I'm saying? So I just showed them what a well was. So, you know, just giving them perspectives, giving them that game or that they're going to have to learn, like telling them what's behind door number 1 and door number 2, you know what I'm saying? And one thing they won't say that Big O didn't tell them what was behind each door.
Yes, indeed. Hey, no, that's all.
What's that?
Let them know the NFL players you didn't train to the league, man. Don't slight yourself.
Man, I got a lot of them from DJ Humphreys, you know what I'm saying, to Marquez North that I done worked with. You know what I'm saying? My man, forgot this. I'm butchering this kid's name. I coached him at West Charlotte. He's playing for the Green Bay Packers with the University of Louisville. I got another one up and coming. He's about to be up one of the first defensive tackles taken next year, Jordan Davis. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this list goes on and on, man.
Right. So whenever I hear me quote something from the NFL, I'm getting it from him. I'm his Manchurian candidate. So don't tell me, don't act like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm getting it from my man. You feel? Kwame Brown. You know, I think he's the face of black masculinity right now. He got us brothers looking good out here. Oh, what y'all think? I got my boy Terrence up in here. Terrence, let everybody know where you from.
My name is Terrence Wiseman. I'm just a regular dude from around the way, just fresh out of Detroit, Michigan. But now I'm living out here in the suburbs called Wyandotte. Just a regular person, and that's up on shit, see bullshit all day, every day. But just try to be low key and try to, talk to kids and any adults, about what's going on out here. Just try to give them a different perspective about
he trying to be humble. Terrence far from regular. That dude ain't regular. That dude up on game.
Man, look, man, this is my man. He got the sharpest mind when it comes to boxing, man. Ain't nobody touching this boy, man. But Terrence, you leave the question in, man. This your show. You want to do the leaders in, man.
What's that? Because you breaking up. I couldn't hear that last part, Tay.
I'm saying you go ahead and lead us in. It's your question. It's your show.
Huh? I couldn't hear you.
I got it. I was like,
I still couldn't hear you. You breaking up.
Oh, you hear me?
Hold on.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No.
Oh.
I can hear clearly. I can't hear you, Tay. They fucking with the host.
Okay. Hey, man, Kwame Brown, the face of black. Yo, we need to do like this right now.
Hold on.
I mean, the biggest thing, man, it's 2021, man. Black men, for the masculine black men, is stepping up, man. From you got Kevin Samuels out here dropping the game, dropping the jewels, and then you got Kwame Brown out here, and this man is right, man. This man is, and the reason why I applaud this guy, the reason why I applaud this brother, because this man has been, he laid low. He's accepted what he was as a basketball player. Okay. He accepted what he was, when he played the game. Okay. He accepted everything that came with it, man. The man went away. He went away quiet. Okay. He didn't say nothing to nobody. He wasn't out here making no waves. you know, he probably had a little brush-ins and stuff like that that you read about, but through camera evidence, it wasn't nothing they can stick on him. You know what I'm saying? So the man was living his life. He's a country boy. He owned his own land. You know, he's living off his wealth. He's doing whatever, you know, what every other athlete is doing when they retire, man. Just live off their wealth and just, you know, fade to black, raise your family, become a man, because that's what makes you after the game. The game is just a small part of who you were and a small part of what you do in life.
Exactly.
Honestly, man, I'm a sleep. Just leave him alone.
Right. I mean, and then you got jokers like Stephen A. Smith. And see, this is the thing that cracked me. This is the thing that floored me, because Kwame Brown basically said some shit that had me thinking like, whoa, wait a minute, I got to look into that, because there's actual footage of Stephen A. Smith speaking to a college talking about Kwame Brown. And I'm asking, who sanctioned that? Who paid for that? Because, you know, somebody got to book your hotels. Yeah, book those speaking events. So it's some money behind that. It's behind that hit piece. So why are you talking about this man? And this man is faded to oblivion as far as like being in that limelight, and he's accepted that. But then you got dudes time and time again just raving on this dude name. And I'm gonna let. I mean, I know I ain't trying to over talk nobody, but I'm just gonna end it on this. Out of all those white draft busts, from Todd Marinovich, Tim Tebow, Adam Morrison, Ryan Leaf, you don't see any white analysts going in on their careers the way these black athletes that these white sports writers bring on. Because Malcolm X said, and Dr. Khalid Muhammad said one thing: when white people can't challenge you, they will always put some black person in front of you to challenge you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna say what they ain't got the courage to say. So that's where the Matt Barnes and the Steven Jacksons and all these dudes come in to say everything that Skip Bayless, Jay Mariotti, all these white sports, Tony Kornheisers, Michael Wilbons, they're going to say all the stuff that they want to say, but they're going to give a big black athlete, former athlete, to say it for them. It's like they're going to put a battery in their back to say it for them.
Back. Exactly, Big O. Exactly. And you see that shit all day, and you know what the fucking shit they go off of? Hyperbole. It's all hyperbole. Exactly. If you look at the basis of their comments, it's all hyperbole. That's what carries these shows, and it's a shame when you see these black athletes like the Steven Jacksons, the Kendrick Perkins, they get to dogging these black athletes, and they get personal. Now, when the current athlete gets personal now, they get all in their feeling. Like, oh, you making this personal, but then y'all motherfuckers get personal first. Did Kendrick Perkins go out here and call Kyrie Irving a fucking bird brain?
Right.
Did that happen? Did that not happen? On national TV, called this grown-ass man a bird brain. Because he don't want to be all day hooping. He don't just want to be fucking entertainment. He don't want to be just white people's entertainment.
Facts.
That's what all it come down to.
Facts.
That's what all it come down to. Like Tupac Shakur said, we got too many movie actors. We got too many basketball players, football players, baseball players. We need more thinkers. We need more creators. We need more builders. Because all of the rest of this other shit is bull. You ask me.
Check this out. It's the same playbook they did with Tupac or Kwame Brown. When Pop was in jail, everybody slandered the boy name. But when he came home, he kicked everybody ass. Crazy. I took around. It's the same playbook over and over and over with a black entertainer.
Absolutely.
Look what they did to Josh Freeman and Jamarcus Russell. They pill pop and jump. One a lean addict and one a pill pop and jump. It's the same old thing with the black athlete over and over again, yo.
But my question is, and I proposed it earlier, out of all these white draft busts from every sport, how long do Tim Legler spend on talking about Adam Morrison? How long did Mark Schlereth spend time talking about Ryan Leaf? How long did you know what I'm saying, your white baseball analyst talked about the white baseball bus, or when the time, and Kwame Brown raised another good point. How much time did they spend when that white offensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks beat up on that black woman? I mean, he beat her beyond recognition. And then asked this woman, is she damn, like he went out and got a burger, came back, she moving around, she conscious. He looked at her and said, "Oh, you still alive?" And how long? What was Michelle Beadle? What was all this call to arms from ESPN and this outrage and stuff like that? But let that have been a black athlete putting hands on somebody. Oh, guess what? You would have had black athletes talking about they want to come see him. They just showed up at his house. They'd have pulled up on him.
Standard. Like I said earlier, look at Aaron Rodgers. Look where he's going. But
right.
He just A-Rod being A-Rod being he got his whole goddamn franchise under his rap.
Right.
You feel me? Calling the franchise, either you gonna him or I'm gonna buy it.
But Deshaun Watson went out. All of a sudden, they Bill Cosby and him.
And Big O, let me hit on. Hey, Big O, let me hit off what you were saying. You know why they be riding? They had the niggas ride the black athletes more than they had the white people ride the white athletes, because they know the white athletes ain't as talented as the black athletes. When you're a black athlete, you're supposed to be bigger, better, stronger, faster than any other. Than any other athlete.
Exactly.
Period.
Absolutely.
Our people, our athletes are held to a way higher standard. They don't want to say it. They don't want to say this, but we are held to a way higher.
Damn, turns went out. But
it went out again.
Understand what you're saying. Yeah. You know, he in Detroit, baby. The war was on up there.
But no, man. I say this to say, man, because remember that debate that I got, with that one guy from when I was just saying, like, I hate to say this, but people need to come forth and admit this. Like, athletes, and not all of us, but a lot of us have a low self-esteem, man. And the reason why I said, because it's like, okay, the game and the ball that you chose to pick up and play with, that's a small part of your life. You got the rest of your life to live as a man, okay? And see, these dudes feel like they validated, by this particular sport, by the sport they chose to play. And they can't move on from it when it's done with them. So what happens after they're done, they want that same limelight. They want that camera shine, because they want to still be remembered. They still want to be relevant. So guess what they do? They go to these networks begging for a job, or they set up podcasts as leverage one day to be aspiring, sports reporter. But see, this is the trick, though. People like Skip Bayless, people like these ESPN or Fox Sports 1 producers, they know how bad these dudes want to get back on TV. So guess what they say? Well, guess what? You can come back on TV, but it's going to be under our terms. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to tear down other black athletes. This is what Kwame said in the light on. And some of them don't do. Yeah. Some of them really don't want to do it.
They don't see the play.
Yeah. Man, it's okay.
But this is the crazy part. And you listen to them, because this is how they tell on themselves all the time. Because every time you question them about something outside of the game that they played, or if somebody, measure themselves as a man versus them as a man, they always resort back to, what was your career like?
Sweetheart.
Well, look at your career.
Come on, give me my 5.
You did this, you did that, I did that. Well, see, wait a minute. Are we measuring ourselves as men, or are we measuring ourselves as athletes and entertainers? Because that don't measure you as a man.
See,
so
them dudes want to pick and choose. When they lose on one debate, they want to switch to the other debate.
Yeah, because see what they doing. They looking for an out, and see The problem is, you know, you got. Oh, you lost Terrence again.
Yeah, I'm bringing him back in.
Okay.
Real, Jack and them ain't nothing. They ain't nothing but the black Beavis and Butthead, man. That's all they are.
Exactly. And just my thing, and I'm just gonna end on this one. It's like, at what point this man wasn't gonna get up and say nothing, man? This man was an athlete too. This man is a prideful human being. This man got kids now that's old enough to listen to the shit some of these people say, excuse my French. So at what point, you know, do you say, man, you know what, I gotta clap back? Because my kids looking at this, my family's looking at this, my mother's looking at this, my family, my brothers, my cousins, people in the hood, they looking at me. I can't go to the store without saying, man, why are these people still ragging on you? So he had to. But now all of a sudden, he's violent. Oh, he's angry. And I'm like, man, y'all need to stop, because y'all got to take this ass
with them off.
Hey, he high. He needs psychiatric evaluation. All the bullshit that humility. It's all
right here. Yeah, I'm on the prop.
Right. It has no legs.
I mean, like, goddamn, man. Done. And like he said, where the stats at? Where the analytics at? Show me something. You just can't shit on my name with no proof. And he got on Charlamagne ass today, man. I just sat back and smiled. I'm like, yo, y'all picking and choosing who y'all want to go after because y'all think it's an easy target. And the boy just showed his ass like, hey, this ain't no easy target over here.
He sat back this long and waited. He sat back this long and waited. Do you know how much perspective that was gained? How much insight? How much all that ammunition he had saved up, ready to give out? You know what I'm saying? To like collected thoughts, how he's gonna choose his words, man. And I said this earlier because I posted it. I said, man, y'all got to be careful when you got people on your mind that ain't even in your mind, that ain't even thinking about you, because once they accept your invitation in your mind, they're gonna crash that party. And you ain't gonna like what you see. You know,
exactly. I read it. You know, Big O, you know, when you put out stuff, I pay very close attention to it.
I appreciate that.
Cause you ain't talking out the side. You ain't talking out the side of your neck.
I try not to, bro.
Big O, you be kicking a lot of game, man.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. I just try.
And I be on that same tip. I try to give people the game. I try to give people like.
Absolutely. So.
Hold on.
Broke up again. Well, like I said, man, this whole week,
I just sit back. He had the flame torch tape on. Y'all thought I was when I put that post, because I ain't see. Hold on.
You loud and clear, Big T.
Yeah, but like I was saying, when I put out that post, when I seen that post, when I went on our group chats, I didn't see nobody making no about it. I was like, let me put this. That man waited 20 years, man. And he just went ham. 20 years, bro. Like O said, he chose his words carefully. And it was the uncompromising truth.
Absolutely.
Right. And honestly,
and then you notice, and y'all notice nobody couldn't retaliate to the real gems he was spitting out, what he was saying. They didn't really they try to ignore it. They you know what they did? They worried about how he said it, not what he said, how he said it. You know, that's white media for you. That's mainstream media. They don't worry about the words.
Right.
They worry about how it's being said. And that's the most important.
anytime Jason Whitlock get on the man's side,
But that shit, man, he had to blow torch to them. Oh, dog, I been.
What you say about Jason
Dog,
Whitlock?
see that time? I see that shit. What old called it? What you called it?
Huh?
I said with Jason Whitlock, anytime Jason Whitlock,
yeah.
Oh, Jason Shitlock, he ain't want none of that smoke, man. See, and hey, I give it to Jason Whitlock.
Nah.
He's smart. He said, "Listen, I'm gonna sit out of this one. I'm gonna sit out of this one." Normally, he always has something to say, but he like, look, when somebody, I'm gonna tell you something, man. When somebody fade the black that long, man, and don't care, listen about that. See, because here's the thing. At the end of the day, and I can't harp this enough, because a lot of these people know athletes rely and they measure themselves on how they played a freaking sport. They measure themselves that way. And once you got an individual that say, hey, man, I can accept being, not living up to the expectations of a number one overall pick. It is what it is. So what? Okay, brush that aside. Let's get on some G shit. And now all of them running from it.
Running from them, running from all that smoke. All the smoke. Them niggas, all the smoke. Man, he just sucked all the smoke out. Cause nigga, I don't even watch them dudes no more out there. What he did to them, I stopped watching them.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Kwame Brown killed the whole brand this week. The whole brand, they can't come back.
You can't. And then now you got Charlemagne, the guy that his lawyer sent the cease and desist to Kwame Brown. Y'all hear about that one?
Yeah. I didn't watch the video yet, but I seen the post Tay made.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just got.
How you gonna bag his family? Then with this a cease and desist. You went after him.
Right.
Hey, y'all, but you know what? You know why they went that? Because he kicked nothing but facts. And I'm going to try to tell y'all, dog, I'm going to say it like this. Kwame on one of them missions you don't come back from.
Nah.
Right.
He's just one of them cats, man. You just better just leave it alone. Let him say what he say. Because if it was me, if I was in Jack, Charlemagne, or whoever he going after, shoes, I just say, you know what? I'm gonna sit back and let him say what he gonna say, and if anything, like Gilbert Arenas did. Gilbert Arenas reached out to him and apologized.
Bow down quick. He bowed down.
Yeah,
quick.
he's like,
he know what he about.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He's like, hey, bro, I apologize, man. And like a man, Brown went back on there and said, hey, man, he reached out to me. He said he apologized, so I ain't got no smoke for Gilbert. Me and you cool, Gilbert. So, but it takes a man to say, okay, I was wrong, and I don't want none of it. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing right. But you know, Stack 5 and Matt Barnes, whatever, Becky with the good hair, they wanted to keep their egos. And because they try the big man though. Y'all, you can come on our show. Right. You know what I'm saying? We got the best podcast going on. Kwame like, nah, fuck y'all. I don't need you niggas. I'm about to burn y'all shit. And while I'm building my shit on y'all, Becky with the good hair and the fake gangbanger, he pulling niggas whole cards, bro. And I'm loving it. About fucking time.
That's how you know he got that's how you know he's articulate enough to go back down. He's ready to fight. Come on, yo.
Yeah. You know what Kwame called him? A mental midget. That's a mental midget shit.
But see, I heard they don't even want them hands because the way you let Gilbert Arenas tell it, they said he was at the club one time, he dropped about 20 bouncers.
Right. Him and his brother.
Huh?
Got busy.
And let me tell you something.
Did you see?
Let me tell y'all something. Not to cut y'all off. And my old lady from South Carolina, and she was listening to it. She was like, listen, let me tell y'all something. She was like, let me tell you something about them Geechee boys. Because my old lady Geechee, she was like, listen, When them Geechee boys get riled up, they ain't listen. When they ready for business, they about that business.
He said, Kwame said some funny shit. He was like, he wished Ben Barnes would come over. He's had some beat up Tim's on. He said, dude, he said, you see these? He said, these finger wave fucker uppers. I was rolling. He said, you bring them finger waves over here? He said, I'm going to destroy them bitches with these. I was rolling, dog. Like, he said, finger wave fucker uppers, dog. That shit, I was dying laughing, bro. Like, oh, flame and the flame after flame, dog. It's like Kwame had that unloaded clip, that unlimited clip waiting.
Yes, sir.
They had this coming, bro. They had this coming the game had this coming for 20 years, like Big O said. And it was all calculated and meticulous.
Paul Mooney man died, but he's living through Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, funny nigga, yo.
He is, man.
Yo, dog.
He is.
Dog. Like you said, Tay, he had them boys looking crazy. They was looking crazy, bro.
But I don't know if he was Malcolm X or OG Blood. He looks crazy out here.
He do, man. You ain't gonna be. You can't. Yeah, you can't be bang. See, my thing. Yeah, you can't be banging sex and then you a Muslim. And, yeah.
And you for the people.
Yeah, I can't.
You activists.
You got to be 10 toes.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. We over here. We 10 toes down.
Yeah, you got to be 10 toes in one of them, man. You can't be bang. You can't be on the set. You can't be banging. You can't be talking about you a Muslim, and then on top of that, you in the streets with the people marching with somebody. I'm like, come on, dude. Yeah, that's a little extreme for me, man.
Yeah.
Hey, these niggas know that you stack like what 45.
He's 45, but see, this is the irony of it though. You a Muslim? What are you, blood too?
Yeah, blood, an activist.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. This is fucking me up because it's like you Dr. Khalid Muhammad, T. Rogers, and Tamika Mallory all rolled up in one. I'm like,
shit, Tukey Williams.
Yeah, you looking bad out here doing that, man. Like, I mean, be a Muslim and an activist. I get that part.
Gotta let you know, yo. There's too many grown ass men and are susceptible to anything nowadays, man. This shit crazy.
Right.
But see, it's
retarded, bro.
That's that silliness. See, again, I'm an athlete, a former athlete, and see, I'm just speaking from the mind of how these dudes think. This game we play, and because you see, it removes us from reality, man. A lot of these dudes, and a lot of us are not grounded in reality because we think that we can be all things because of a ball we want. No, dude, everybody's not a Muhammad Ali. Everybody ain't a Jim Brown. Just because you picked up a ball, don't give you the cue to say what you're gonna say because, dude, some stuff that some of these dudes say, I was like, man, sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Why though? Why you pick? What did they do? I mean, they had a couple of good games. But who the fuck are they?
Right.
What do you think? Matt Lawson, Steve Jackson, man,
But here's the respect of it, though, Tavon. Here's the respect of it. At the end of the day, you call a guy a bust, you call him a bust. But I'm gonna just tell you the truth, man. A lot of us really don't use that language. We just say, hey, man, it just didn't pan out for him. That's the politically correct term we'll use. Like when Jalen Rose was talking to Stephen A. Smith about that, when he was checking Stephen A. Smith, he's like, hey, man, but you still got to take in the fact that this dude made it to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know how hard it is to make it in that sport? And not to mention, he was the #1 overall pick. And it wasn't like this dude okay, became the #1 overall pick and played for 2-3 years and faded to black. This man was in the league like what, 12, 13 years.
Let's keep
Yep.
it up. Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Hold on. Oh, I got to say something to that too. Would y'all consider Purvis Ellison a bust? Cause hell, he was the #1 pick, and his career wasn't the greatest.
Man, I put you like
But
this.
everybody rolled on Kwame though. But
Because
everybody rolled on Kwame though.
You know what it is? They following the same script that they did with Sam Bowie for Kwame. It's the same shit over and over and over again.
Yep.
The media is lazy. Watch that shit. Yo, when it comes to FBO, it's the same script with a different name. That's all the shit.
Yep.
Hey, but you know what? It's funny because not to cut y'all off, but Mark Cuban kind of exposed that when he went on that first take when it was Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. When he was like, all y'all do is talk generalities. Y'all don't talk absolutes. Y'all don't talk facts. Y'all don't talk analytics. Everything is generalities. You know what I'm saying?
Generalities.
If y'all watch that segment, man, he had Skip Bayless with the shit mouth. Excuse my French. He had Skip Bayless like stuck. And that's when he literally in that segment stripped Skip Bayless' credibility. That was his death call at ESPN. If a lot of people don't know that, that's when he ran to Fox Sports 1. ESPN was like, yeah, dude, yeah. And I like Skip now. I ain't gonna lie to you because I used to couldn't stand that dude. But I'm gonna tell you this. Skip, Skip is, you know what? Even though he sound crazy on some of the stuff, but when it come on real issues, Skip be on some G shit, man.
Exactly. But you know what? And Skip, I've heard this why I respect him, because he'll tell you he was raised by a black woman.
See, I ain't even know that.
Yeah. Skip tell you. His nanny raised him.
I ain't know that.
He had a nanny, Yeah, he'll tell you. Look, it's an episode from last year, and he'll tell you he was raised by a black woman. That's why he's one of the only white dudes I know when it comes to issues with our people that he's passionate about.
He'll look at it. He'll let Shannon speak on it. Because it was a time or two now. Shannon checked him when he tried to make a statement about Farrakhan. Shannon kind of got in him on that, but Skip didn't try to pound his fist and just try to come back with it. Skip was like, all right, you right, I don't get it. This you got to educate me on. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't want to get off track, but it's just like a lot of these analysts, man, they don't do analytics no more. It's just they
Shannon told Skip.
But hear me out. You ain't got to speak analytics. Just speak knowledgeable. Fuck the numbers. Speak knowledge. Just keep it honest.
Right. But see, I think they got away from that, man. It's like it's more ego because they feel like, okay, I'm Michael Wilbon or I'm Jay Mariotti or I'm Max Kellerman. I ain't got to bring facts no more. I'm just gonna speak and they gonna listen. And see, they start reading their own press clippings. They start believing in their own, ratings. You know what I'm saying? And the show blowing up. We got views and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say the most shocking thing. See, it ain't even really about keeping it real, keeping it a buck. It's about saying the most shocking thing that you can say for clickbait.
That's they need game. It ain't all about numbers, but tell me if you watch the game. It got to be certain points in the game that you watch and be like, oh, such happened doing that. That's why they know what are these people talking about when they talk. Because I hate this try to make that more part of the game. Let's talk about the game and how you play. You know what I mean?
But see, that's the thing, though. They can't.
Right.
See, that's the thing.
But
to be honest with you, Tay and Terrence, the stuff that y'all talk about, y'all are way more knowledgeable than these sports writers. But the difference is, what separate the sports writers from y'all, the sports writers are around these athletes every day. And to be honest with you, let me tell you something.
Hold on.
These athletes really don't like sports writers like that because it's like They don't even give them the full detail of what's going on. It's like, oh, here he come, or here she come. Man, let me tell them something. They get the hell out my face. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just had the conversation with my mother like a couple hours ago. All the beat writers here in Baltimore corny because they don't rock the boat and everything's so sunny side up. I can't respect them niggas, yo. It's like, you work for. It's like it's a working relationship. But it's totally judgmental. That's in Baltimore because it's a one of the bigger towns. I got niggas like like yo, we can sit that funny stuff, boy. I was like,
right.
Yo, that's a good like, yo, y'all gotta take it to these niggas because they getting paid for it. I'm a nobody. You feel me?
But that's the thing, though. It's like, but you speaking from honesty, though. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they're afraid of because you ain't got no paymasters. Because I'm gonna tell you, in media, they got these paymasters that say, listen, this is the agenda we pushing. So, I mean, if you look at your regular news, like you got your news channels that lean more towards liberal, you got your other news channels that lean more towards conservatives. You know what I'm saying? So they, rather you know it or not, when it comes to sports and all that, they still have an agenda, down all the way down to the weatherman.
Yep.
I pointed this out last week to a little Raven group I was in. I noticed it's a certain podcast that every fucking off season he say the same thing about every Raven wide receiver. I said, yo, I wanted to like, yo, y'all not noticing this nigga say the same shit every year. It's like he's following a script. I said, yo, nigga stupid. He keep to this white boy that don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Because it's obviously the Ravens is paying this nigga because it's the same shit. Yo, what I'm seeing in the sports media is everybody's on the payroll.
Yeah, of course.
Shit, everybody
of course. And then you got to look at it, man. I mean, to be honest with you, just look at the sponsors of these podcasts and these shows and stuff like that. That's who's driving the agenda. You know what I'm
exactly. You got to follow the money.
Yeah.
Follow the money. Corporate sponsors.
But you know,
oh yeah.
But you know what's even the scary part? This is why they really responded. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Pay attention to it because I even subscribe to it. His numbers are growing.
Yeah, it is.
This
nigga got 100,000.
Right. And see, that's right.
A bus.
But see, that's shocking though, because I looked this morning, it was at 85,000. So he already within a day, he reached another 15,000.
And I had a conversation with my homeboy Chad. He was like, "Oh, he need to clean up his nag." I said, "He's speaking to the niggas. Fuck that. We need somebody to speak to us. We ain't supposed to hear that."
Yes.
No, he's articulate. He's articulate.
Thank you, Tava. Thank you. Yeah, he's articulate.
He's articulate. Trust me. We can understand what he's saying. Like,
they
understand him. He ain't sound like no neutered Negro like Chris Bouchard, dude. Oh, I'm from Cleveland. I've never seen in Cleveland.
This nigga Chris Bouchard is a lame, bro. I can't stand that dude. He like Kwame Brown. He uses he's such a degenerate. I'm like, Chris Broussard is so damn brainwashed. It doesn't he brainwashed by the mainstream media, the religion he follow. He's one of them devout Christians, you know, and them niggas couldn't be further from the truth with a fucking frying pan.
Dude, he went to Cleveland Central Catholic.
You know how I
need to say anything more. He went to a Catholic.
Oh no, you don't. No, you see Hey, Big O, you see he got the white Jesus posters, pictures framed up. Soon as you walk in the house and you see white Jesus.
He gonna tell that lie on ESPN talking about something. He hooped in the hoods and hung out in the barbershops and clear. I ain't never, and like I said, I ain't no street dude, but I never seen Chris Broussard in the streets of Cleveland. I ain't even think he was from Cleveland until he said it.
Hey, you can't miss a nigga like that. Wait.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't. Now, Charles Oakley, he's from Cleveland. I've seen Charles Oakley paint that city everywhere. Drop top Porsches, big 6'9" dude. I'm like, oh, that's Oak. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I've seen people that's from the city that say they're from the city that's in the city. But this, I even seen Mike Tyson. He ain't from Cleveland. I seen Mike Tyson in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when this dude said he called him a glow stick.
Dog, like
Parker a hamster.
Kwame been flaming everybody. He said nigga, you still.
He called Rob Parker a hamster.
Dog, I was dying laughing, dog. Like last night, man, I fell asleep listening to Kwame, dog. And you know what's scary? They see everybody feeling Kwame.
They feeling him. His numbers.
That's scary. You feeling Kwame, and he's. I'm gonna tell you something. He say some shit that some coons would say, but you know what? He ain't doing what the coons do. Shit on the black community.
Right.
That's why we feeling Kwame. That's why we could accept when he has criticisms of black of our community.
Right.
But he ain't saying that just to throw dirt on us. He's saying that you just basically we need to get our shit together so we can heal each other. We can heal.
Where you at?
That's why we can accept it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you ain't got. I ain't seen not one person call Kwame and Coon. And Kwame say had the same criticism as his adjacent shit lot or Candace Owens, but what he does different, he don't throw it in our face. He ain't trying to down us.
In the defense of that. Go ahead, Tavon. I'm sorry.
Speaking to us.
Come on down here.
Yeah.
Come down here. It's getting dark.
Right.
Stay over
And
here.
it's the truth.
So we
Right.
can see you in here.
Right.
I'm not against criticism at all, because I say it all day. And niggas who kill our own, they ain't us.
Right.
You might as well be the Klan. You might as well be rocking them hoods, them white hoods, and burning up crosses. You one of them. Hey, remember Big O Tavana, remember that scene off of Tales from the Hood? Like when Crazy K was locked up with the Aryan dude?
Yeah.
And he said, he was like, hey boy, how many? He said, who did you kill? He said, what color was they? And Crazy K had to go back. All he knew he killed was number niggas.
Exactly.
Hey, but what Kwame Brown is telling everybody, yo, that man ain't got to practice like supremacy no more. We doing it for him. We tearing it down.
Yes. Exactly. But that point I dropped from you from Tales of the Hood, that's what you just said, Tavon. Like you doing our work for us.
See, and
that's what he told Crazy K. Remember when he told Crazy K, I like you, nigga. You a good one.
They're gonna be spared. They're gonna be made as slaves at the end of the war. So I mean the thing is, I look at cats like Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson and all these athletes they put out in front of us to say the things that these white sports reporters won't say about black athletes. They're pretty much like Candace Owens. They pretty much Candace Owens she's paid by Charlie Kirk to say all the things that white men can't say publicly, but they say privately.
Yes, sir.
So it's they gonna put a black face on white words.
Yes, yes, sir.
Hey, Barnes knew he was born when he tapped Jack on the shoulder and say, "Remember that kid? Yeah, you did that, Barnes."
Right.
Yeah, like a little girl.
Yeah.
All the feminine shit.
But the light-skinned nigga had to get authority from the dark-skinned nigga to go along with it.
Right.
He had to get because he's a mixed nigga. That's all
That's exactly what it was, man. And so it just come down to that situation.
Basically, right. The house nigga got to get authority. Real niggas, the real niggas. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And to be honest with you, and that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. To that point, what you were saying, Terrence, about some of the stuff that he can sound, he don't come off as coonish. But here's the thing: I don't look at Kwame Brown as like a coon. See, here's the thing: he's a country.
No, boy. I don't either. Toe. Hey,
and I'm gonna tell you.
Hey, big I ain't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I ain't mean to cut you off, but I ain't looking at Kwame as a coon. It's cut as a coon. He's speaking the truth.
Yeah.
I'm not even. It's no cap what he's saying.
Absolutely. I mean, but the thing is, I look at him because a lot of especially black people in the South, a lot of black country boys, they're conservative. He's a conservative, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not conservative, not like those what you see on Fox News. He just got conservative feelings, man. Like his views on certain stuff, man. Because like I said, he was raised, again, he's a geeky boy. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, right.
And that's
let's keep it about all our group of conservative. Because what he was trying to say is so personal black.
It's in the sink every time I cook. I'm gonna have to hide it too.
Right.
It's milk and fruit.
Okay.
You remember
right.
Cut the examples of no bite in them.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Facts. I mean, so it's just, I look at it as just one of them things, man, to where, at the end of the day, these dudes got to atone for what, and the thing is, he just flipped that mirror. And it was, like I said, it was just, I admired because it was so genius. He flipped that mirror and said, listen, okay, you talked to me for about 20 years. I can accept that. So now, this is what you've been doing. This is what I've been watching you doing for 20 years. Can you own up to it?
Right.
Stop. He was like, and don't bring basketball into it. We're talking about some G shit. We're talking about some man. Measure me as a man, not as a basketball player.
Me,
and they keep running from it.
That's what
they running from it, bro. Exactly. They chill. They Usain Bolt, Nate.
Yep.
Yo, that's why I said. Remind me of 96. He got jail. That boy came when Kwame came. He shut down everything.
Man. Right, because because when Pac got out of jail, man, people was out there nervous, man.
Right. Exactly.
And look how everybody tried to click on like more deep in the Pac. The same thing.
He was going at everybody. Pac was on he was going. Pac even went at the brat. I was like, whoa. He spared nobody.
Body. And this is like,
Yeah.
Damn, Tavon. You just hit on something, bro.
Yeah, you did.
That's that playbook you was talking about.
Yeah. Right. You speaking facts, Tavon.
Right.
All Janelle Hill had was get her hair braided and put her phone down. Look what happened.
Man, don't give me, man, Jamel Hill, don't give me
They sent her. They sent her
because she tried. They tried to send her to bring him at ease, but she got so much dirt in her baggage. Like, boy, when she co-signed that article from the Root saying that black men are the new white
men,
a white society. Boy, she co-signed that. It was curtains for her. I was like, oh, I'm done with her, man. Done.
And that's what Kwame flipped it out. He said, all you see is you around white. He said, we pull that black skin back. He said, you're a Becky. I was like, yes, sir. And then you wonder why niggas don't fuck. She ain't to be trusted. Her Carrie Champion. Carrie
Woo!
Champion can't stay out of a white man bed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The Valley, though. She don't know no Valley. No.
What's the other one? Carrie Champion. What's that
Yeah.
light skinned broad name? She's a treacherous one. What's that one light skinned woman name? Oh, she's treacherous. Who? I forgot that. Sage Steele. That's that one. Oh,
Still, oh yeah.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Ric Flair, that boy, she's a treacherous one.
Yeah, she the dirtiest player of the game.
Yeah.
I can't stand her neither. Say still, oh.
No, she mixed. She can't make a mixed person choose. Though she mixed.
I get it. But I get it. But when you gave a speech commemorating your white mother and didn't talk about your father as if he wasn't president, he was a Korean War veteran. He was one of the most decorated brothers of that any young girl can have for a father.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
Hey, yo, I got mixed people in my family, and what I can say about mixed people, you can't make them choose their family. They're gonna choose on the winning side.
You know what? I do too. I do too. And one said something real to me. One said something real to me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do, because my whole father's side of the family, his like black men married number white women, and I got this one cousin. He was like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I be listening to NWA. He said I went to an NWA and Public Enemy concert, right? I said, yeah. He was like, so the whole, he was like, what the whole concert was like, right? I said, yeah. He said, but then I go home, my mother's white. I was like, damn, that's deep. Because he said the concert was pro-righteous teachers, X-Clan, NWA, Public Enemy. He said all that, like, because he embraced it. He embraced his black side. That's what I love about it. But he said he heard all that to only go home and look at his white mom.
Yeah, that's deep.
I said, I can't do nothing. I feel you, cuz. I feel you, cuz. I'm like, but I said, but look, I just said, look, man, that's just our frustration as black people. We gonna put it out in our music. I'm like, your mother's an individual. Your mother we don't look at your mother as a whole. We ain't gonna hold your mother responsible for what these people did. She's an individual.
I mean, but you gotta look at it though. They whole history is evil though. You feel me?
No.
Yeah.
Whole history.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I was telling you something early last year, Tavon. This is switch going on. Niggas, we not no longer slaves.
Mm-hmm.
We getting our power back.
Mm-hmm.
We getting our power back. All the bad shit is happening to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta look, like
it's a switch going on. And it's like, and then we right in the beginning of all the curses. This goes back all the way, Deuteronomy 28 through 65. All the curses are switching on the white folk. They're about to pay for what their forefathers done. They don't know we the real ones.
Yeah.
They don't want to accept that. And I'm gonna tell you something. And I always hear Semitic shit. Y'all are the bunch of the biggest anti-Semitic motherfuckers. I'm gonna say it right, anti-Shemitics, because we're from the line of Shem. If I get biblical on you, but this goes to show you they are the most anti-Semitic people on the face of the earth, this country, and with the laws and Constitution was built on. They the real anti-Semitics, but they want to label everybody else anti-Semitic.
Well, you gotta understand. Not to cut you off, but y'all gotta understand is that it's their job to thwart black male masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand. It's just like what this one brother said: black male masculinity automatically, by nature, by default, exposes the fraud of white masculinity. So
exactly,
it's only natural for them when they see the black male who's naturally being himself.
Charger.
They're gonna do whatever they can to thwart that. They're gonna do whatever they can to suppress him. They not gonna let him speak. They're gonna try to neuter him. They're gonna try to do everything they can to make him look less, less than or deficient.
Right. And
No.
that's why I labeled this episode that Kwame Brown is the face of masculinity, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Big 7-foot brother, deep baritone full voice. Huh? Think about it. Think about it. Big 7-foot, heavily melanated, speak from the heart, deep voice. He ain't yelling. He ain't all emotional. He's articulate. He's speaking truth. And it's like they are afraid of that. And see, he's exposing the fraud of white male masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really a white masculinity? Whatever they've been masculine about. There ain't no white masculinity. We give them too much credit, yo.
Well, because you got to understand something. It's like we are the original man. Because think about this, Tavon. Whether they like it or not, the world gets its social cues from black people. You know what I'm saying? That's why they push so many agendas on us, because they say, okay, if we get the black people to accept it, okay, then the world will recognize it as this is something to be acceptable by. But if we speak out against it, and the world is gonna reject it, because they're like, look, we getting our cues from the black people. You know what I'm saying? And then when you hear, because you think about it, when you hear brothers like Kwame Brown speak, when these immigrants even come over to this country, they look at people, when they look at us, yeah, they get the images what's been perpetuated and been portrayed to them, but at the end of the day, deep in their psyche, these are people, when they look at us, that stood here and fought tyranny and oppression, and we still here standing and walking. They coming from where they fled. They ran from it. They looking at people that's 10 toes down. We built it. We fought in every war, defending it. You know what I'm saying? We done fought over half of a millennial. I mean, not even millennial, but like, yeah, a millennial of like fighting tyranny and oppression, fighting these jokers, making it a pathway so they can come over here. So at the end of the day,
everybody
what's more masculine
living off the backs of our people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So when you got people like Kwame Brown speaking truth to power, man, that's the spirits, man. That's the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? That's like, man, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, everybody they put on TV, they, like Kwame said, they got dirt on them dudes. They got dirt on them. You don't think they got dirt on Shaq?
Shaq, Barkley,
Kenny Smith, they got dirt on all of them.
Kenny Smith, Greg Anthony.
Because to be honest with you,
terrible.
But that's the thing. Don't be surprised if Kwame don't go at TNT, because I'm gonna tell you what I see. Because every time Shaq and Barkley goes in on athletes, man, Ernie Johnson sits back and just giggles at it. I watch Ernie Johnson. He sit back and get an orgasm out that shit. He be like, go ahead, yeah, I like this. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised if Kwame go at them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so some of this stuff, man, it's been a long time coming, man, and it's time, man. Listen, man, we've been listening to Stephen A. Smith for over a decade, pull his fuckery, man. It's time to get this dude off the air, man. It's time to get him gone, man. It's time for him to get ghost.
Hey, it's time for a lot of them to go. It's time for all of them to go. Be honest, Mac, Stack, all of them, all these gatekeepers, get them out of here. We need that real, man.
I mean, yeah, you a grown ass man banging blood.
Okay, make sure you close this so that bunny won't come in.
I just don't get that, and I'm looking at Stacks like I don't get that, man. You know what I'm saying?
pussy
And you should be
song.
out here reaching to these kids, man. You out here banging blood. Well, what message are you sending?
The boys joined the gang at 30.
And that's the thing. You got, and that's what I'm saying. And that's why I love Iverson when he said it. Iverson said it, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. And that is the truth. Iverson, when he was on, quite frankly, Stephen A. Smith show a long time ago, Iverson said it. I'll quote. Iverson said, listen, man, 99% of athletes are corny.
Right.
Like they from an area, they get money, they get paid, and then they act like they from the streets all of a sudden.
Hey, Kwame Brown said it today. We all went to prep school, so where did thug come from?
Ain't none of
Right.
us. Listen, ain't none of us thugs. I'm telling you, as a former athlete, ain't none of us thugs. You know what I'm saying? Just because I grew up in the inner city, just because I grew up in the hood, I ain't hood. Ain't shit hood about me. I ain't no street dude.
Same.
That's who I was growing up. I was just a big silly ass jock. That's who I was.
But I got something to say about that. I'm the same way. I done grew up in the streets. I done been in gangs, but I did all that in my teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I did all that, and I had to come out of that because my stepdad, he was like, dude, it's only two ways. This when I'm 18 years old, about to be 19. He said it's only two pathways you living in life. You either gonna go to jail or you gonna be in a coffin.
Exactly.
You choose. I chose to go a different route. I chose, just to stay out of trouble. Don't become a part of the system.
Right. Shit, I already know Tavon.
I got taught because
they filmed The Wire at Tavon's backyard.
Hey.
Yeah, that was at your doorstep.
Huh? Tavon, hey, Tavon opened the door and shit. He looking at Bodie.
You stupid.
Hey, you ain't gonna tell me.
You stupid, oh.
Hey, listen. I lived in Baltimore for a year. Hey, let me tell you. Woo, golly. Man. What? I love that city, though. Huh?
But we just got shit together, yo.
But you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Love it. When I got cut, I cried. I'm confessed. I cried when I got cut from there. I love that city. You know what I'm saying? Because it reminded me of home. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, tell them. Everywhere you go in Baltimore, it's a black face, yo.
It is.
Where you go.
It is. Like, and I'm gonna tell you, when you right, they know you right, because let me tell you, I'm driving. They're like, yo, big man, don't park your truck over there. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, them little hoppers, them little youngins, they gonna jump in your shit and take it. They gonna wire this shit real quick and they gonna be out of there.
That was crazy. He knows.
Yeah. His old man told me, I like, so what you want me to do? I want to get me a trot sandwich, man. He's like, look, when you get out that truck, you better hand them little jokers about $20 and watch it. They'll do it too. So I'm like, huh?
You ain't lying.
Hey, he told me, he's like, look, I'm just gonna tell you, every time you come over here, that's gonna be the most expensive goddamn sandwich you're gonna pay for.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't never been to Detroit times, but Detroit down there, what, 80% black, so it's the same shit.
Yeah, ain't nothing funny about the D.
Yeah, it's,
you know
man, I'm telling you, dog. But about my city, man, there's so many haters and so many people that can't get along, man. It's shit crazy. Like, it's always something crazy, but like be more. Everywhere you go, you're gonna see a black face, whether you're downtown, the west side, the east side, the southwest. Like the southwest side is all the Hispanics.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they at. But you see black people there too. You see
It's
black
like
people.
that in
Only time
Cleveland.
That's how.
like anywhere, it's like
the Spanish partners take over almost slowly but surely.
Oh hell yeah, hell
They
yeah.
coming.
It's like that down here in Charlotte.
But in Detroit, they got a lot way to go before they take over.
Yeah.
I mean,
because
Spanish is dope. They trust me.
Oh man, I'm cool with a lot of them. So,
well, yeah, that's what a lot of them cartels be going to lay low. They be laying low around them Hispanic immigrants.
Right.
Like Chapo's cousin, they be over there laying low.
And one thing about them, and when they move good. They got their own dentists, they got their own doctors. They don't fuck with
what part of Stacy? What part of Mexico we went to? Man, I got it. I got a story, dude. I got a story to about Chapo. His son, when I was in Cozumel about 2 years ago, man, they shot that boy. He was locked up. Why they went and shot up? Can y'all hear me? They went and shot up. Yeah, they like his sons and them went and shot. They had him for rent. He said, "Y'all gotta free him." And the government had to pay Chapo's son $3 million in U.S. money after his people just shot the boy up.
Man, listen, you should hear how some of the Mexicans talk about Chapo. They don't hate him. Listen, they be telling us stories about how he done shit for their town and how much money what kids he done sent to school and stuff like that. Like, trust me, that they had that same love affair for him that was them Colombians did for Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because remember, Pablo Escobar, when he was down there, he was running for office and shit like that. It damn near he was about to become the Colombian government. They had to put a stop to that shit. But that's the thing, though. But I mean, not to get off track, but a lot of these athletes got this fascination, and see, they think they talk like that amongst themselves around other athletes. Yeah, I'm from the street. Now, okay, when you talking that loud, saying you from the street, 9 times out of 10 you wasn't. You just got a little money. Now all of a sudden, a little dope boy that you done grew up with. You put money in the street.
My thing is, where the fuck Matt come from? What did he do?
He probably grew up around. I'm gonna put you like this, Tavon. I'm just gonna give you the truth of it, Trayvon and Terrence. Them Negroes grew up just like I did. You grew up in the hood because you did some talent. You had a gift. You know what I'm saying? You had a gift, so you stayed away from that. Okay? But if you didn't have that gift, you could have been just as a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you had a gift.
Come get your bike.
You know what I'm saying?
In the patio.
Right.
Because you seen some stuff growing up. But see, when you make it, all of a sudden you want to start surrounding yourself with those dudes, with those very dudes. And I ain't gonna lie to you, like where I grew up was so real. It was like, nah, we love you, but we gonna keep you away from us because you made it. Like, I had some OGs. Like, man, look, no, you stay away from that. You stay all the way away from us. No, this can get you. No, you made it. Just because you made it, we ain't gonna ask to hang around you or nothing like that. We ain't trying to tarnish nothing. You built that. You know what I'm saying? And I was never out here trying to claim nothing. Like, I just said, okay, I grew up in the neighborhood, but I seen some shit to know, okay, not to live my life like that. Because, like I said, don't fuck with a dude like Kwame Brown, because I seen dudes get fucked up back in the day.
So, like they say, it's always the quiet ones.
Mm-hmm.
Right. My with Matt Barnes, we know this dude the buster. How you walking around with a pop on your hand? What man got a picture of another man on their body? Who does that?
But my thing is too, what part of the hood? Listen, let me tell you something. If you gangster like that, and the dude take your woman, why you want to shoot the fade with him? If anything, name of the game, she chose him.
Hell right.
Exactly.
Hey, you just gonna have to just look at it and just have a conversation like, damn, bro, really? But I'm not about to fight you over. I'm not about to throw hands with you.
It was hurtful because he brought that man in his house. I mean, that's all. That's why he had to fight.
I get it. Derek Fisher did some snake ass low ball. But with like to Kwame Brown's point, if you ain't spent time smoking weed running the street with them niggas,
playing cards,
playing cards, all of a sudden you made it. Now you want to be a gangster.
Hey y'all, we better about it. Kwame Brown did research, because you know he ain't lying.
Right. He said, what he say? He said, how you gonna jump over the gate of the house you bought? Dog, that was funny as shit, bro.
He said he pat your girl on the ass. He said he pat you on the ass, went home and pat your girl, beat you home and pat your girl on the ass.
The funniest thing, Mommy was in the backyard. He said, you hear these birds in the background? He said, peace. He said, Matt Barnes, you hear that? You had a house. You don't know what peace
is. Man, hey, boy, they done pulled out the Joker from Dark Knight.
For real, bro.
He on they.
Dog, man.
I mean, hey, every time I look up, hey, I'm subscribed to him. Every time I look at my phone, he done went live. He live. I'm like, God dang.
Live. And it'd be like 10,000 people on this joint too,
Yeah. Yeah. And see, this is the fascinating part. He's a dude. I ain't counting his pockets. But from the looks of it, look like he doing all right. All right. He said he ain't got no job. This Negro got all day.
All day. Sitting on acres.
Time on his hand.
He got money because he got acres.
He got acres, yeah.
Right.
He got acres.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the way he sounded, look like, dude, man, look, and like I said, let's be for real. The man played 13, 15 years in the NBA, man. That's that guaranteed money.
Money, yup.
Okay. He getting a pension.
That's 3
right.
3 NBA contracts.
3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
He getting a pension. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on now. I mean, that dude, I'm pretty sure he invested in, and listen, he just sitting back laughing. Laughing.
You see the video when he called out everybody bluff. He said, look, I'm done talking. Let's go build these community centers for these kids. Y'all can spend money in the club. Y'all can buy pussy. Y'all can buy these girls bags. Put that money to the side and let's build some community centers, man.
They ain't gonna do that, Tavon. You got to understand. Right. When they talk freely like that, when they start talking like that, ESPN ain't gonna let them talk like that on. Listen, ESPN owned by Disney and ABC. You think Walt Disney raced his ass after they done did a hit piece on R. Kelly gonna let some niggas talk about buildings and community centers for some kids? Hell no. And
definitely some black kids at that.
Yeah, no. They listen. They owned by ESPN is owned by Walt Disney and ABC. Shit, they ain't about to.
Oh, they bluff.
He is.
Hey, he they bluff. What y'all gonna do? Let's build these community centers for these kids, man. We sitting here all go back and forth. I'm ready to end this. Move on, and that's what athletes step up to.
But see, that's where he killing. That's where he killing them on, though, Tavon, because he's like, listen, let's measure ourselves as men, me versus you, how we measure up as men, okay? And again, they won't allow themselves to do that because, like I said, they only validate themselves only a game that they play. That's why they, like I told you from the beginning, they always gonna resort back to your career versus mine. That's weak. That's weak. That's all they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's the sad part. And pretty much, I ain't gonna say it's sad because it's revealing because, like I said, Jack, Matt Barnes, and that whole ilk, that's how they gonna expose themselves. They telling you whose side they on.
Yeah, they on the side of white supremacy.
Yep.
Period. Point blank. I'm gonna cut to the chase.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's what's
on the side.
Yeah. They like I said, they bunch of Stevens from Django. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and like I told you, I seen Stephen A. Smith ever since Michelle Beadle pulled his card on TV. He been like I said, and that was after the Ray Rice situation. Ever since then, he's been going on a tirade on black athletes.
Bojangle. Let's shuck and jive. Yes, sir, boss. Whatever you say, boss. We sick, boss.
Hey, he do it. Hey.
Right. And that's the thing.
It's just like what I said. Aaron Rodgers is doing the same thing with Brett Favre did 4 years in a row. Talk about he ain't gonna play. He got to decide his mind. They give the white boys a pass. Come on, yo.
Oh,
of course.
He has his franchise by his hands. I don't think I'm gonna play if you ain't gonna get rid of the GM. But that story goes unnoticed because once again, Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers. No, man, it's just like caught in the middle. God,
man, listen,
right?
Listen,
they can't.
It's a term called free white and 21. Okay, listen. And that saying means basically like, listen, I'm a white man and I'm not bound to anything. Okay, white folks, listen, man. You got to understand one thing that white people understand that they will never tell black people, man. It's laws. It's laws for us. They don't have to follow the law. They look at like, man, you look at white folks. You start preaching the law to white folks, they gonna look at you and think like he crazy as hell.
That's for you to follow.
That's for you.
And they give you to follow.
Yeah.
Now I'm white.
I'm white. Like, but listen, that's not a race. That's an idea. White was never a race. That's an ideology.
Ideology, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we didn't start calling ourselves white until we got to America. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm white. Malcolm X said basically when white folks call themselves white, they let you know that they're an authoritarian figure. You know what I'm saying? So again, when it comes to double standard to them, man, like I told you, that's why like I told you, if you look how they stormed the Capitol. Yeah, they talk that Blue Lives Matter shit until they kill the cop storming that damn Capitol.
They
hear me out.
Nothing applies to them.
January 6th, they who real niggas was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. We in the two coins. I'm gonna call this the two coins. We just got out of the Republican coin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, racist Republican coin. Now we dealing with this Democratic racist coin. Remember what Brother Malcolm said? White supremacy is two sides of the same bird.
Absolutely. Functioning by the same bird. You know
bird.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing. So they are not bound by anything. So that's why when you see Aaron Rodgers, dude, Chambers gonna watch that. Listen, and I'm gonna tell y'all to watch them because I'm about to go out there because I gotta get up in the morning. Man, just watch. And I don't. It's like the kid might be innocent in all this, but watch. Every throw from Trevor Lawrence is gonna be like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I never see this guy. I
Oh
never
my
seen a
God.
dude come straight out of college throw like this.
Huh?
Y'all stole my thunder. Lamar Jackson was unanimous MVP, and he's still getting questioned on how he can't throw the fucking football. Is that an oxymoron? Motherfucker, that
Absolutely.
nigga over touchdown.
Hold on, Tay. Hold on, Tay.
Absolutely.
He threw for 36 touchdowns and only threw 6 interceptions and ran
Man,
for
look,
1,200 yards, something we never seen.
man, I'm
But he
just
can't
telling
throw
you.
though.
Just buckle up, because I'm telling you, everything Trevor Lawrence is gonna do, it's gonna, and then now Tim Tebow down there, well, it's gonna be a love affair. I'm telling
Yes.
you, white folks in the media you gonna be hearing a lot of slobbing. They gonna be capping him off. I'm telling
But
you.
but it goes back to what I said.
How
It
can this
go
man have a job 10 years NFL?
because
White
he's wide.
privilege.
He's
White
wide.
privilege.
And Tay, oh,
Huh?
it goes back to what I said earlier. As black men and black athletes, we're held to a higher standard than them. So that's why they're gonna go bananas when Trevor Lawrence do have some good games. Oh, I never seen the guy throw like this. Look how he runs out pocket and race tackles and ran for. They gonna act like they never seen this. But Lamar Jackson did it 2 years ago,
Yeah. You talking
and he
about
was like the third leader rushing the league.
You talking about somebody that did some
Yeah.
Madden created? Like I told you, I call Lamar Jackson a damn Madden created player.
Yo, the boy
He a created player. Hey,
he's as an NFL quarterback. Nobody's
that's something. Listen, take mine. That brother got a 99 in everything.
Everything.
Cat Williams say everything.
And the bad thing about it, he's playing under a harsh. He's playing under harsh circumstances with the coaching staff he had.
Absolutely.
And look, he turned into chicken salad, man. This boy unbelievable.
And that is like what Terrence said. That's the standard, especially with the black quarterback that they hold us to. Like they gonna make it to where they gonna put it in the most uncompromising circumstances, like you said, to make chicken. You know what I'm saying? Make chicken salad out of chicken shit. You know what I'm saying? And they do that deliberately. You know what I'm saying? To where even if you look at that one time when Deshaun Watson did that press conference, when he broke down that one play, look how astute, man. It was just like, wow.
I remember you said 4 years ago when Lamar Jackson got drafted, these coaches are so they don't want to coach a guy like that because they got to coach out of the norm. That's
right.
We have coaches that can coach his skill set because they so fucking coaching like Vince Lombardi. You can't this kid like that.
Right, you can't. Right.
They coach it because of nepotism because they don't know shit.
They don't know
right.
Right.
Nothing.
They just get an athlete and just say, "Hey man, just win." But they don't set schemes to a skill set. They don't bring around players that mesh with his skill set and coincide with his personality. None of that.
Can I say this, fellas? I'm gonna tell you the reason why that is because these white coaches and white GMs, they not smart. White people as a whole are not very smart people. Everything got to be simplistic to them.
You see what Dion said? He breaking up. I'm gonna teach these black kids. And watch it 5 years we kick y'all ass. You see,
right? Facts.
Because he know how to use that talent.
Exactly.
Right. But yo, fellas, I'm about to get off here, man. I got to get up in the morning.
Oh, for sure, Big O.
I'm a politic with both of y'all, man. I had a good ass time, man.
All right, we got to do this again.
Sure.
All right, fellas.
We got to do this again.
All right.
All right.
All right, holla at y'all.
All right, for sure.